Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I say it every Monday on our Meal Prep Mondays. I'm happy and grateful for you. I don't take life for granted. I don't take days for granted. This is the day that the Lord has made, so I will rejoice and I will be glad in it. I am just happy and grateful for you. So, again, it's Meal Prep Monday. I come on here every Monday morning from 10 to 10:30 just to give you some food for thought, some Nikki nuggets, learning how to deal with our mindset, our perspective, shifting our perspective, just to prepare for the week, okay? I want to remind you, as I always do, that you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous. Everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. And we are in a season, I'm in a season. Thank you again for being accountability to me. But I'm in a season where I just want to be the best version of me unapologetically through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride, really understanding that this is the journey to the final destiny, and understanding that as we walk these days out, that there is reason, there is purpose. You are purpose. If I ask you right now who you are, I don't want to know your title. I want you to know that you are loved by Jehovah God, that you are loved, that you produce love because it is who you are. And I believe that in this season, for us to get to the original version of us, we have to understand that our original DNA is spirit. We're spirit with soul wrapped in this flesh, and we have to go back to the original DNA. So I want to encourage you today, for anyone who may be discouraged, for anyone who may feel heavy, for anyone who is trying to adjust to this new normal. Number one, I need you to understand that the new normal is the normal. So we got to stop looking for what used to be. We have to learn how to be where we are right now. Okay. That's the first thing, because if you don't realize that, you're going to be looking for something that you'll never be able to find. All right. Present day. All right. Yesterday is yesterday. One thing we cannot control is time. We can't get it back. It just is what it is. I keep telling you guys, I don't know about you, but if you listen to me, you're going to get it before it's over. Shout out to Riyad Jones. He embedded this in me. I am supernatural in this natural space. You are supernatural in this natural space. Well, why are you telling me this, Nicole? I'm telling you this because I need for you to understand, all right, that you are not what you see, but you are what you see. You are what everything that you are in the spirit. We just have this soul that's wrapped in this flesh, okay? So even the 24 hours in a day, it's just something. I tell y'all, I can't remember the name of the difference of the times, but it is something to mark history. It's something to mark this time. But where we live, we're supernatural in a natural place. So our time is not God's time, okay? He can change our situation in an instant, in an instant. So it's Meal Prep Monday. I want you to shift your perspective, and I want you to remember where you are, who you are, and whose you are. All right. Words don't define you. People's opinions about you don't define you. Your purpose was it had began to be written over 2,000 years ago. It was activated on the cross. Listen. So we're learning to be the best version of us. And I told you guys, in order for us to do that, we got to go back to the conscious and the subconscious. We got to go back to where we got to learn how to shift our perspective. We got to remember that the conscious is the brain, that the subconscious is the heart of us. Okay. When we talk about the heart, I'm not talking about the organ that's going to stop. I'm talking about your subconscious mind. That is the heart of you. That is your original DNA. That is the womb that it is in. Okay. So we have to understand that the battlefield is the mind. It's the mind. So when we learn how to shift our perspective, when we learn how to take every thought captive, that does not exalt who you are. It does not spurge out who you are. It does not give positive energy, whatever, the energy, the vibrations and all of that we talk about in this day and time that is such a time as this. You got to understand that where you're attacked is in your mind. So when you learn how to shift your perspective, you stop trying to fight what you see and you deal with what you see. All right? With what you see in the spirit. You start, when these negative things and words that people who say that they loved you start speaking and spitting over you, you begin to understand that that's something that tainted you, that is residue of something that is on you that's trying to stop you from being great, because you're the only one that can be the best version of you. And you can do it unapologetically when you truly begin to learn who you are and whose you are. All right. So last week we talked about the conscious mind, understanding that that's the brain. Okay. Man, I'm getting hot. Y'all got to forgive me. I get excited. All right. But you got to understand that the more I'm understanding this, the more I'm learning how to fight my battle, the more I'm understanding who I am and that I have dominion over all things. I'm ruler of the earth. I have dominion. So my access and who has access to me becomes very particular, becomes very specific. Everyone can't come and suck from me. All right. Not to say that I'm all that in a bag of chips. This ain't nothing. It had nothing to do with arrogance and pride. But when you really begin to learn who you are, when you really begin to understand that nobody can do you like you. Okay. When you really understand, you begin to love yourself for who you are, because none of us are perfect. We're striving for perfection. Okay. We're striving for perfection. All right. When we hit perfection, that should be where we're going into our destiny. The journey is here to perfect us. It's here to be able to sift out the things in us that need to be sifted out. It's here for us to learn how to love ourselves, that when we love ourselves, we can spill it out. All right. That's where it talks about your cup and the overflow. Okay. People are not supposed to be in your life sucking you dry. You're supposed to be full and the overflow of you, and they're able to drink and sip off your cup so that y'all both are full and the overflow continues to go. It's not what I wanted to say today, but it's all good. Okay. God knows all things. So check this out. We talked about it last week. All right. Your conscious mind, your brain, your subconscious mind, the heart of you. All right. The battlefield's in the mind. But with your subconscious mind, with the heart of you, with the true you, the little kid-like spirit in you is vulnerable. It takes whatever that we put in it, right? So we got to learn how to control our feelings, okay? We got to learn how to control our emotions, because when we are in the wrong space in our emotions, we're feeding our subconscious. And this is the thing. You do realize that if you have dominion and you have dominion over all things, see, we're human, all right? We were created to rule, okay? Not with a strong hand, not with pride, not to manipulate, but it's who we are. So when we learn who we are in a posture of submission, we walk out who we are in confidence, and it can't do anything but breed humility. And when you walk in humility, you're trusted. You can be trusted with the things of you. You can be trusted with your decisions. All right. So this is the thing with your subconscious mind. It doesn't sit and dissect what you give it. It takes what you give it and it brings form to it. This is why you really can't create the life that you desire. All right. So why am I telling you all this on Meal Prep Monday? I'm telling you all this on Meal Prep Monday because I want to help you shift your perspective. I want you to understand that you are loved. You are loved. You are the solution, never the problem. You're the head and never the tail. You're above and not beneath. So no matter what trial comes your way, no matter what person comes to try to rob you and suck you from anything positive and perfect in the energy that you're creating, it is not who you are. But when you can learn how to take those things captive in your mind, you feed your subconscious with the right feelings and emotions. This is why I say all the time, it's never what you go through, but it's how you choose to get through it. So when you get upset, you have a choice. to take that feeling and that emotion captive and to flip it around. Because, for every positive thing, there's a negative thing. And for every negative thing, there's a positive thing. So you take those negative things and you make them great. When someone tells you what you can't do, you say, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am doing all that I'm supposed to do. Someone tells me I can't make $100,000 a day. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am making exceedingly and abundantly over more than I could ever think or imagine. Okay? You got to learn how to shift it, because whatever your feeling is, not what Kiki and Day Day feel. Shout out to B. Burrell. Love her dearly. It ain't about what Kiki and Day Day feel about you. It's the feeling and emotion that you have that your subconscious is going to take. So you have a choice. When something negative comes to you, are you going to believe the lie? Okay? Pause, break. You do realize that this earth has a prince of the air that just wants to kill, steal, and destroy you. All right? This ain't nothing we don't know. We just choose to pick and choose when we want to acknowledge it. Because at the end of the day, if you're honest with yourself, sin feels good. All right? We enjoy it when we in it, but you forget that the prince of the air wants to kill, steal, and destroy you. So he lets you get your feel good, and once your feel good's over, he leaves you right there to die. All right? See, we gotta catch these things. Woo! Listen, I ain't trying to get all spiritually deep. It just is what it is, because we're spirit beings. All right? You gotta grab this. So does it feel good when you're going through something? No. Does it feel good when someone says something to you that's offensive and hurtful? No. But do you have the power and the authority to take that feeling, that emotion, and that thought captive to feed something good into your subconscious, to where you understand that it is in your subconscious that will produce out? It has to bring whatever out. And that's what becomes your world. Okay? So I want to encourage you on this Meal Prep Monday. If you're at work and you have a coworker that just knows how to pluck that right nerve, listen, you better take your nerve back. Okay? You are not what anyone says that you are if they are not who's assigned to you in this season. Okay? Period. So you don't have to eat what they say. Stop eating off of everybody's plate. That's why we walk around here fat in the spirit. Okay, we don't even know how to digest it. All right. And then when it comes into our subconscious is like this little child. It can't do anything but produce. So if you walking around bitter, it can't do anything but produce bitterness. If you walking around feeling bad, it can't do anything but present feeling bad. So I'm here to remind you. I'm here to remind you that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, that you are prosperous. Why do I say this? Because you're healthy. You're healthy in your soul. You're healthy naturally. Let me switch this. You're healthy naturally because by his stripes we were healed. No sickness can overtake you. All right? None. Because you have the power and the authority to speak healing to yourself. Try it. Next time you feel like you're getting a cold, start speaking life. Start speaking healing. I guarantee you're going to start feeling better. And you walk it out. It's never what we go through, it's how we get through it. All right? You're wealthy. Why do I say that? Because we're wealthy in our soul. Our original DNA is spirit. So we learn how to feed the soul. We become wealthy. Because wealth is not only monetary. You do realize that money's just a tool. It's an overflow and a gift of your wealth that comes from within. And when we recognize that and we begin to walk in that, we're prosperous. You are created to prosper. It is your original DNA. Okay? So I'm going to keep saying it until, if you don't believe it, I believe it. All right? Because every day is not a good day. I told y'all, this year, 2022, has been something that I just didn't imagine to be at this early. because everything that's happened is just life, okay? Just wasn't expecting to be here this early. But one thing that I believe and I know, nothing happens by chance or surprise to Jehovah God, just to me. And if I believe that my footsteps are predestined and pre-ordered, then I got to understand that everything that happens, it is to build me. It is for the best of me, even when I don't understand it. But here's the deal. We got to get to a place where we start to understand the authority and the power that rests in us. You got to get this conscious and subconscious together. You got to get it. You got to begin to understand it. All right? You have to, because a lot of times we define ourselves from a conscious place when the true us is subconscious. This is why I say in this season, learn to be the best version of you unapologetically, but do it through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride, because that's not who you are. See, when you begin to understand who you are, you don't have to hate. You learn to appreciate. You don't have to war and fight, because you understand that what's for you is tailor-made for you. No one can take away what you deserve and what belongs to you. I ain't even gonna say what you deserve, because we get things undeservingly. But what belongs to you belongs to you. It just is what it is. Our job through this journey is to learn how to wash off the toxin and the residue of this walk from the people who ain't got it yet. Man, listen, I'm done. I can't even. I'm on vacation. It's our last day. We came to the Myrtle Beach. We on this family vacation. But let me tell you something. Even in this, I know what God spoke to me. So I know every Monday, 30 minutes of my day, it is for this. It is for accountability for me. So thank you again for being willing to meet me, because I don't know about you, but I got a lot that be happening, a lot that goes on. And I gotta gain strength one from another. I can't do this alone. All right. But what I'm learning is, in this space, I can only have positive. I can only have healthy. I can only have constructive criticism that comes from a foundation of love. I can't have people's thoughts, feelings, and opinions that just want to spit on me, because that's more that I gotta wash off. Because you do realize, you allow it to come, you still gotta wash. Can't nobody take a bath for you. All right? I can tell that whole husband of mine that I stink. Could he go take a bath for me? But at the end of the day, if Nicole don't hit that water, I'ma be stained. All right? We gotta recognize this. We make things harder than what they need to be. This journey is simple, y'all. It don't always feel good, but the simplicity is what it is. All right? So again, I just want to encourage you, shift your perspective, recognize and understand that the battlefield is in the mind. So if anything starts taking you off your mojo, you love yourself enough to be still. Be still for a minute. Fall back. I keep telling y'all, Forrest is my hero. All right. I will run like Forrest in a minute, and ain't nothing punkish about me. All right. But I recognize and understand wisdom. I recognize and understand that I'm not in a natural fight with nobody, especially myself. Okay. So again, I am Nicole D. Jones. I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay humble, and I want you to stay positive. Continue to be the best version of you unapologetically. As long as you're doing it through a posture of submission and humility, not arrogance and pride, you cannot go wrong. You will receive all that you're supposed to receive in every day that you're blessed to walk through this journey. All right. You are the light. You are victorious. You are necessary. You are relevant. You are needed. I need you. Nicole, you don't even know me. I don't have to know you naturally. Did you not just hear? I don't fight. I don't love. I don't do none of that in the natural. All right. Supernatural. We supernatural. So we gain strength one from another, that when we walk in this natural space, it spills out. All right. So I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.